Welcome to the 15th video of RPGaDay 2020. We're Intelligence Mod. I'm Clinton.
And I'm Theo.
And as normal, for the last 15 days, we're halfway. I'd say we're halfway through. I'll say we're halfway through, even though there's 31 days in August, and technically we won't be halfway through until we're, halfway through the next video. But I'm not going to deal with decimals. So, getting to it, today's prompt is frame. We had kind of a weird time trying to figure out something like this because instantly we always go towards artwork. And again, the reason we're doing prompts and talking points is because none of us are very artistic. So I don't know.
Pretty much.
Artwork and gaming. We can talk about it. Ted gets to go first while I think of my answer.
I do. Yeah. That's the you are at Basted. No. Yeah, artwork and gaming. I was honestly just thinking of like, oh, look at all the pretty artwork from like that's in the books, like, Storm King's Thunder. Isn't this pretty? It's literally just right next to my computer, so it's perfect. Or artwork in a bunch of different RPGs, kind of like showing different things. It's always entertaining that you have artists and things like that. They do their things, and then you got like DMs being like, okay, let's get some artwork, and like Roll20 allows you to actually do the handouts that have like, this is what you see. Here's a picture of the monster, so you at least can see it. 95% of the time, it's what are you fighting? Here's an elaborate description of a lizard.
Yeah.
Carrying a spear. Guess what it is? Troglodyte? You are wrong, and it stabs you. Grumpy at you. How dare you guess that I am not a lizard and not a foul swamp stinky thing. But it's like, I use artwork, like online gaming. Yeah, I use artwork because I have all these tools to just showcase the stuff and not to like have all these things printed up to be like, this is what you see. This is what you see. There's some cool things on DM's Guild, like for different RPGs, where people will set up like NPC pick portraits so that you're talking to this person. They just hang it off the edge of the screen so you can like look and see who you're talking to. And then it's like, you're no longer talking to this person. Switch, or the groups out there, and they just kind of point to. Oh shit! I almost knocked over my lamp.
Nice.
I'm gonna move that up a little bit so it's not in the way, as I don't look at Facebook. I just have it open right now. There we go. Let's not knock shit over. But yeah, like this technically is character artwork, because this is a banner someone made for me for the Night Lords for Warhammer. So technically, this could be put into a book and it's character artwork for a group. It'd be kind of entertaining. But yeah, artwork is pretty. It lets you see what the hell you're working with. It's kind of like it's why it's a good thing. Words are just boring sometimes.
Words are boring. So let me answer the question with more words. I don't use artwork a bunch. Like, very rarely I'll find a piece of artwork that makes some sort of sense, because usually you can just say like, oh, I'm an elf, I'm a wizard. You can probably guesstimate in your head what that would look like. Kind of like me, but as an elf and dressed in robes. Like, usually that's as far as I go. I think the most complicated character I could not find a good portrait of or really explain what I looked like was my I can't even think of the name of the race right now. Ted, what do I play in your game?
Warforged.
Warforged. I'm a Warforged character, and I dress very nicely, and I have a bowler hat. And I finally found a picture of some random robot with like a bowler hat and like a three-piece suit. And I'm like, oh, this is what I look like. And it looked very fantasy based. But I'm not artistic. A lot of our group isn't very well. We have some people that are artistic, but they don't take the time to like sit down and draw their character. And I'm not gonna like make them. That's just silly. But the only thing that my friends and I used to draw was we draw maps for our cities. Every time we went to a new town, we'd draw the map, which was just basically a bunch of squares that were labeled. So, and I think there's one piece of character artwork that's stuck with some of the original D&D sheets back from when I was in high school, because I still have them. if my original D&D group ever wants to get together, I have all of our character sheets still.
Nice.
Because I'd like to get mine framed. It is such a broken character. I think artwork would help, I think, with immersion if you knew kind of like what everybody kind of looked like and you had like a reference. I think would help with like a immersion and role play and stuff like that. If you're like, I look like this and this is how I dress, and I think that would help a lot. But some people just don't have the drive, and mostly I think it's because right now you and I are playing basically just D&D, and there's not a
Yeah.
really in-depth role play. At least not with my Warforged character. I role play, but I don't role play a serious character. I play a freaking psychopath is what I play. But I'm a robot. I don't understand you fleshy things.
Yeah.
The only other thing I could think of is I own art for game stuff. It's hung around the apartment, and I'm not gonna like carry you around to show you. Um, I've got
Yeah.
I have gosh, I have art from I have the original guy who wrote. Now it's a terrible name and it's what it is, but the Oriental Adventures Handbook for 3.0 edition. At a convention, the guy who did the original cover art was actually there, and I really liked the setting of that book, and I bought his little piece of art for that, and I have another piece of art that he did that's of a elf wizard that's just getting absolutely destroyed by a beholder. So I have D&D art. It's just not up because it's like in a pile over here because I need frames and they're nice and I don't want to get them messed up. But I didn't think that was a good enough thing to talk for enough time. Like I own some art, but most of it's like gaming, like video game and anime related because I'm a dork.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's really all there is. This was a short one because we couldn't really think of anything. But so do all the YouTube stuff, especially ringing the bell. And I only specifically say that so I can use my sound effect. Check out all of our social medias, following me or Ted on Twitter. I post more than he does.
Oh yeah. I like people. I like my trans friends in the Warhammer 40K communities post. That's literally probably about it. And sometimes I'll post like, "This is what project
Yeah,
I'm working on."
you'll comment on some people occasionally. You're more a lurker on Twitter. I'm more active.
I don't even. I don't
Um,
even. I check Twitter when my notification goes things on Twitter, and I go, "Who's talking now?" That's
oh,
cool. Like,
I check it multiple times a day. I have a problem. Um,
it's okay. Everyone has a problem these days. It's called COVID.
the channel has a Twitter. It only posts notifications of new videos and all that. But yeah, have a fantastic Saturday. If you're in the Washington area, freaking enjoy your air conditioner because it's like 80 right now. It's not for
That
me because I'm past Clint. Hear Nicole commenting. I don't know if she got picked up by the mic.
I didn't hear her. So
I'm not even going to enjoy Sunday at all. I'm not going to enjoy Sunday at all. It's going to be like
that got
95
picked up.
degrees. Oh, I know. I could. Yeah. So yeah, until tomorrow when it is 95 degrees.
By the way, so for everyone else who knows, we do batch recording right now. It's nice and chill. So we're probably not going to be acting like we would normally be on Sunday, when it would be 95 degrees, and us going, why God?
Oh,
Why?
I wouldn't even be in this room. I wouldn't be in this room. But okay. See you tomorrow when
See you
everyone
tomorrow,
is
guys.
melting.